So I just want to talk about a couple of things that happened on NXT, particularly that I really enjoyed per se. So NXT started off. We had Nia Jax fight Lash Legend. That was a great match. One of the biggest things for me with that match is I feel like personally it showcased Lash Legend amazing. Lash Legend did lose the match, but I feel like if we take it further, it shows how dominant she actually is. Because we don't see people normally just throw Nia Jax around ever. It's very seldom we get things like that. So for Lash Legend to come in and she made it look so effortless. And I think that's what really got me. There's a point where Nia Jax is trying to put Lash Legend into a guillotine, and Lash just reverses it, lifts her up, reverses it like it's nothing. And there's other spots where Lash just picks her up and she just tosses her like it's just an everyday activity for her. And I like matches like that too, because I feel like I wish we got more matches of people fighting the same stature as them. When people fight people that are smaller than them, it kind of gives like ragdoll, like I'm just tossing them around, But seeing two women be dominant and just like put on a top tier match was great. I think Nia Jax was the perfect person to give Lash that extra push for sure, because I feel like she made her look really good. And I think Lash, regardless of Nia Jax or not, I think Lash is a great talent. I think her future is going to be very bright. But I think like that match in particular and picking Nia Jax in particular was a amazing idea. I do hope in the future we see more from them, because they cooked. They cooked. Stovetop was on fire. I was very invested in their match. So another thing I'm currently obsessed with right now is Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. I love this faction. I never would have thought that I needed in my life. I honestly would not mind seeing Chelsea Green and Ethan Page every week. At this point, like, it's so entertaining. And Ethan Page is someone, originally I wasn't crazy about him. Like he literally annoyed me, and then I had to sit and I'm like, you're doing your job, like Ethan's a great heel, especially doing this whole gimmick of him being the Canadian North American champion and changing the belt. I just love how it's all been done. I love how Chelsea's coming in, being Chelsea, because I like Chelsea. So I think adding the two has been a great idea, and it's been perfect. I like the fact that they're like, oh, we need to come with a peace treaty between the U.S. and Canada, and it's just like, what? And then Ethan's just like, I have what do you say? I have connections in Parliament, and I'm just like, this is gold. In a perfect world, I would love if we could get Ethan Page to kind of come on SmackDown at times, because I like when WWE brings NXT on to SmackDown and Raw at times, because I feel like just so many people watch NXT, there's just so many people that don't. And I think with me, doing content, I've met a lot of people that I have found do not watch NXT. So I personally think Ethan Page is annoying enough to get people to watch NXT. I could easily see myself, especially Chelsea Green is a very hot commodity. A lot of people love Chelsea. I think if you had Ethan Page, come in sometimes with Chelsea, kind of mesh them how they are right now on NXT. I think some people will probably be like, oh, this is interesting. Like, And then, kind of advertise, hey, Chelsea's on NXT again, or, things of that nature. I just love it. I thoroughly enjoy whatever is coming out of this. I hope we do get more besides them having the tag match with Tyra Maystill and Tavion Heights, because they are creating some magic for me, honestly. Yoshiki Inamura. Perfection. Yoshiki Inamura is very, I do everything with honor. I'm honorable and respectful. I love that Yoshiki came crazy at Josh Briggs. I love that he relentlessly attacked him, because Josh Briggs is a hater and needs to be dealt with. And Yoshiki, I'm proud of you. And them having a street fight, I think is going to be so good. I love watching, all bread, no water, just me, as Booker T would say. I love watching big men fight. Is weapons involved? Sign me up. Immediately sign me up. So another thing I wanted to shout out to, Lola Vice and Kalani Jordan versus JC Jane and Fallon. That match was so good. And I feel like I say this a lot too. The NXT Women's Division is just something special. Like, I feel like they never miss. They always put out top tier matches. Storylines are always there for me. NXT as a whole always delivers on good storylines, but I feel like the women's division NXT is just a whole different breed. And I just am always so thoroughly impressed with them. And I don't necessarily consider NXT developmental anymore, if I'm being honest. I feel like there are a lot of times for me personally, Raw and SmackDown could kind of be a bit lackluster for me. But I'll watch NXT Tuesday night and I'm just like, wow, this was great, you know, start to finish. Like, I'm just invested, I'm intrigued. Never a dull moment at all. So in the women's division, you know, icing on the cake for me. I feel like they always just deliver. You have so many different things happening and, you know, people chasing for the title. Like, I just think they're doing a great job with the women's division at NXT. And also, you know, if NXT is still considered developmental, which I don't think it is. I think it's kind of its own separate brand now. And it shows, you know, they're doing some great stuff in NXT. But, you know, even so, if it is, I love, you know, just how it doesn't even have that developmental feeling. You know, I feel like beforehand it's just like, okay, I can see why they're in NXT kind of. But now it's just like, whoa, this is NXT? This is developmental? I can't wait till you go to the main roster. So, yeah, shout out to the NXT Women's Division for sure. You guys are killing it every week. Men's Division too, but the Women's Division, top tier work over there, definitely. So lastly, I wanted to talk about the main event. You know, we had Moose, Obafemi, Javon Evans, and Trick Williams versus Dark State. Now, a lot of things happened in this match to kind of show that Trick Williams is possibly working with Dark State. And I kind of think he is at this point. And, you know, it's been kind of teased for a bit now. What I could see happening, or something I would like to see happen, if I'm being honest, you know, Trick Williams is fighting he's fighting Moose for the TNA Championship. I would love if Trick Williams lost to Moose and Moose got the title. I would love if Trick loses to Javon Evans and Javon Evans goes on to fight Obafemi for the championship. And then Trick Williams kind of loses his mind and his sense of everything, because Trick Williams' whole personality kind of as a heel has been revolved around being champion. You know, it's always like, I'm gonna get my title back, championship this, championship that, Trick and A, this. His whole heel personality has been, I'm the champion, or if he didn't have the title, getting back the title. His heel angle started with him losing the title and getting it back. So I would love just kind of a downward spiral of Trick Williams. I would love if, I don't want Javon to lose against Oba, because I think Javon's going to be Oba and win, honestly. I wouldn't mind if maybe Javon Evans beats Oba and then Trick Williams attacks him, and then it's revealed, him and Dark State attack Javon, and then it's revealed that they've been working together the whole time. I feel like that'd be a really crazy storyline, and they just kind of cause havoc on NXT. And I think Trick Williams as a heel has been really good, honestly. And I think he is the perfect person to kind of push them more, because I don't think they're bad. I think they improved a lot, honestly. Like, for me starting off, I wasn't really crazy about Dark State, but as time went on, I'm just like, okay. And I think Trick Williams would be a perfect addition if they did do a leader situation and just elevate them to new heights. But yeah, other than that, NXT was a great show to me as always. If you do not watch NXT, you should watch NXT, because it's just great. It's great. It's the best. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.